Pringles, that's right. Lucifer, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I appreciate your work. It keeps all of us on our toes. It gives us perspective. Anyway, I should probably do the first question. This one's a bit long, so I'm still here. And because it's going to be easier on me, I'm going to read it off the page. Okay? All right. Hi, Mom. It's me again, the guy from last week who said he was in a cycle. Well, I wanted to ask, how do I deal with the toxic family that I live with? I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I live with my family and I help around the house. I don't have a job, but I am trying to get one. I'm also trying to lose weight and be healthier. What I was trying to say last week was I feel like I'm in a cycle where I'm trying to lose weight and etc. only to be knocked down. They rarely say anything positive about it. Whenever they say something negative, it does get to me. I unfortunately do stress eat, and I hate that I do that, and I'm working on it, but it is hard with so many people putting me down. Another thing that I feel makes it toxic is they are devoted Christians, and everything I say, such as me being depressed and etc., always has to be related to God. It feels like they're forcing it down my throat, and whenever I say something about it, they say stuff like, I'm not listening to the word of God, and etc. While I am a Christian as well, I am not like they are. They actively make comments about the LGBTQ and etc., which of course does make me concerned, as some of my best friends are trans or gay. It's even gotten to the point where I told them I wanted to see a counselor about my mental health, and they said, if they are an atheist, we are leaving. They are genuinely putting their religious beliefs before my mental health. I'm depressed and even scared to continue being here. I was standing next to a family member and they thought I was making fun of their height by standing up straight, which I normally slouch, so they slapped me twice. I'm talking with friends about moving across the country and going no contact with them, but it is hard. I don't have a license. I don't have a high school degree. I was bullied to near suicide, but that's a topic for another day. And I don't have a job. I'm sorry if I'm going on a rant. I just don't know what to do. I feel useless and depressed. I really could use some advice from you in the chat. So all of that treatment is straight up abuse. And if they're using religion as an excuse, they're using Christianity as a scapegoat. That's not Christianity. I used to go to church. I used to be Christian. I used to be quote unquote saved. Now I think I'm more agnostic. I've been through some hard times that taking a step back, it's like, okay, this idea that I've been sold at church, why would this loving God make me go through this? That's just me personally. I'm not trying to force that on anybody else. So I'm more agnostic now. It's like, it's not necessarily that I think there's nothing and then you're just worm food, because that idea kind of scares me. But I'm more of an agnostic, and it sounds like your family would have a problem with that because I'm not devoted to God or something. And I believe the Pope even said something along the lines, I'm paraphrasing, that, like a good atheist is someone to be like revered because they're being a good person and doing good works, not because of there's some deity, but because it's just they're doing it because they think it's the right thing to do. So having a problem with atheists, I think, is silly. Because let's say you did go to a counselor or a therapist who's an atheist who is helping people with mental health. They've devoted their life to helping people? What's wrong with that? That just seems bizarre. No, this is people hiding behind, and you know what? No, I'm going to be judgy here. Sorry, normally I try to reserve judgment. I'm going to judge your family because it seems like they're doing a lot of judging themselves. They're hiding behind Christianity to absolve themselves of guilt and to justify abusive behavior, and none of it is okay. Not a single bit of it is okay. Okay? But I do understand that you feel trapped. So I'm just gonna go through and kind of address things one at a time. So you don't have a job and you're trying to get one. Don't give up. Don't give up, and don't sell yourself short. Look for anything, because if you're trying to get out of a desperate situation, look for any job opportunity and apply, okay? Something will come up. okay? Don't give up on looking for a job, even if it's, even if it's retail hell. Consider that it gets you out of the house during that time, and it's got to be better than that. I also understand, this is the part that I really very personally related to. Power of Luck, thank you for the follow. Was the body shaming. That you're trying to lose weight, and whenever they do say something about it, it's negative. I understand that. I have an incredibly unhealthy relationship with the scale because I was basically raised to think that my worth was that number on the scale, and the lower that number, the higher my worth. That's toxic as hell, and it's wrong. Okay? I would say avoid the topic of weight as much as you can. And I understand with families like this, it's probably impossible to avoid it entirely. But don't ask for their opinion on how you look in things. Don't say, hey, I've lost a couple pounds this week. Don't look for their approval on your weight. Right? Avoid this topic with them because it is contributing. I am willing to bet my channel that it's contributing to the stress eating cycle. And it's not self-sabotage. I feel like they are sabotaging you. Whether it's on purpose or not is irrelevant. But I also want to remind you that if you want to lose weight, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with wanting to lose weight. But you should be doing it for you. You and your goals, not for them and not for their expectations, certainly not for their approval, because they've already shown you time and time again that they are just going to withdraw approval or withhold approval. They're not going to give it to you. And I feel like it's a power trip. It's part of the abuse. Okay? Do not look to them for approval on your health journey. I would like for you to stop calling it a weight loss thing. Consider your health, because this amount of stress you're being put under is also incredibly unhealthy. And so if trying to lose weight right now is causing huge amounts of stress, you have to change your way of thinking. Stop getting on the scale, please. It's not about that number on the scale. It's about your health. Okay? If you stress eat and your family is stressing you out and you can't get under the thumb of your family yet, then if you sincerely don't want to stress eat and sabotage yourself, there are things that you can eat to stress eat that won't be as damaging to your health journey. It depends on what you tolerate. But like, for example, I have baby carrots in my fridge. And I like baby carrots. So it's like, if I want to do late night eating now, baby carrots or celery or things like that. Popcorn. Plain popcorn. If you can handle plain popcorn eat that. It's not going to set you back as much as other foods will. Okay? So it's like, if you do have a problem with stress eating, it's going to take time to break that habit, and you need to give yourself some grace. So make sure that you have food on hand, that if you stress eat, you can go for that. That it's relatively, if you're worried about calories, it's going to take time to kind of break away from counting calories. So make sure the food that you have to stress eat is low calorie, so you don't have to worry about it. Toxic user, welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. Okay, but like this, when your family is causing you this much stress, and so you're stress eating and they have expectations for your weight, it's part of the control and abuse. It's part of the control and abuse. And so I want you to step away from the idea of losing weight and just really lean into what can I do to be healthier. Something as simple as try to make a habit of every time they say something that's hurtful, go somewhere private and do 5 wall push-ups. It's something simple. It's something that's going to kind of redirect your focus. And it is a tiny, tiny step towards being more healthy. And it sounds like you'll end up doing a ton of wall push-ups throughout the day. But it's not nearly as strenuous as actual push-ups. So wall push-ups are a simple thing that anybody can do. I don't want to say anybody. That's very ableist of me, but almost anybody can do them because it's simple and it's not a full weight body exercise. But those will add up and they will help you on your health journey, not your weight loss journey. Health journey, because your health is important. Your weight is not important, but your health is. So I want you to try to reframe your thoughts. Instead of that number on the scale, it has to be about your health and how you feel. Do you feel healthier? Make choices towards that, but do not worry about your weight, please, because that's just another contributor to your stress. And I would like to think most people in chat would agree with me on that. Okay. All right. Another thing, the Christianity, the toxicity, we addressed that they're using Christianity not only as a shield for them to continue being abusive and absolve themselves of any responsibility or guilt, but they're also using it as a way to dismiss your mental health concerns. And okay, so let's say it wasn't a mental health issue. Let's say you had severe asthma and you suddenly had an asthma attack. But then here comes Aunt Judy and she snatches away your inhaler that you need to be able to open up your airways. And she goes, nope, you should be praying to God and he'll open your airways. You don't need this inhaler. You just need to be closer to God. How absolutely ridiculous and abusive does that sound? That sounds ridiculous. Nobody would do that, right? But that's basically what they're doing to you. Oh, you're depressed? It's because you're not listening to God enough. No. Depression is that there's a chemical imbalance with your hormones. There's a chemical imbalance that needs to be corrected either through behavioral therapy or medication or both. It is it's a physical health ailment that manifests in mental health. It is your physical body. So they are denying you medical care. They're denying acknowledging that you need medical care for a medical issue on the basis that you just need to be closer to God. Would they tell you to pray a cancerous tumor away as well? It's ridiculous. And you know it's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous. Everyone in chat knows it's ridiculous. Okay? So we see you and we hear you, even if your family can't. I know it's difficult when you don't have an income to find mental health help. There are some free resources. If anybody knows any websites or free or hotlines and can drop those in the chat, I'd really appreciate it. Because I'm kind of blanking at the moment. They're not coming to mind. I do know that there's some apps for your phone that it's not the best, but it's still better than nothing as far as getting the help that you need. But there are some steps you can take towards working on that, because again, just like with the weight loss thing, your mental health is part of your health. So your journey should be about your health, and mental health is a part of that too. Okay? If your family is part of the quote-unquote Christians who are just hateful about it, not only do I believe that Jesus would absolutely rebuke them for being so hateful to people and being that judgmental, But you don't have to go along with any of that with them. You already don't. You already have close friends that are part of the communities that they hate. Okay? So, if it is at all possible, if they start going off on some big tangent, being hateful about groups, and it is painful for you to listen to, because I know it probably is, see if you can come up with some sort of excuse to go somewhere private. Like, oh man, wait, I need to go to my room. Oh, you know what? I left something outside. Just something, but get away from it because it's not helping your stress levels. It doesn't sound like they're going to change their minds anytime soon, nor is it your job to convince them to be better. That's not your responsibility. But for your own sake and your own mental health and your own well-being, step away. You don't have to listen to their hateful views. In fact, plant stuff in other areas they don't frequent, like outside or in your room, so that, oh wait, you know what? I just remembered I left this thing in that room. I need to go get it. Or just go, and then when you come back with it, if they're like, where did you go? You can just hold it up and be like, I just remembered that I left this somewhere and I wanted to put it away. Because how are they going to be mad about that? But like, just kind of plan ahead, because you know it's gonna come. As far as somebody slapping you because you stood up straight, that is the most abusive shit I have ever heard in my entire life. Excuse me, it's part of my French. There is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't stand tall. And the fact that someone used such a flimsy excuse to try to make you not stand tall, to try to make you cower, I want to slap them myself and see how they like it. That makes me so angry. Stand tall, please. If not for you, for me, because you deserve to. You deserve to stand tall. You're a good person. You're a good person. You've done nothing wrong. They did. So if they're going to be that insecure and small in every sense of the word, that is not your responsibility and it's not your problem. And yeah, you know what? If you're ever brave enough to say it to them, be like, if God wanted you to be taller, he would have made you taller. Maybe you should pray to God for a few more inches of height. But do not let them make you hunch. Do not let them take that away from you. You should stand tall with your shoulders thrown back. Stand tall. You deserve to. You are not responsible for their insecurities. And you know what? If they have that insecurity, maybe they should talk to God about it. As far as the high school degree, if that is something that is holding you back from getting a job, if that is an issue, look into GED classes in your area. It's never too late to get that diploma. It's not easy. It's certainly not easy, and especially as an adult, it's very hard. But it's very admirable to go after that. And if that's what's holding you back from getting a job, I believe in most areas GED classes are free. They're usually covered by the state. Look into GED classes. It's never too late. Okay? Look into your local area GED classes. And if that's something that's making you feel like a lesser person, you can fix that. It's never too late to get that high school diploma. You can get your GED, okay? You're more than capable of that. Don't let anyone feel like you can't do that. But you don't need it either. I mean, there are jobs that don't require it. I'm sure that you could, the first job that comes to mind is construction. They always need people working on construction, don't they? But If that's something that's making you feel lesser, is that you don't have that high school diploma, I understand that you were bullied out of it. And that's awful, and you didn't deserve that. But it's never too late to get that GED, okay? Don't give up on yourself, please. Please don't ever give up on yourself. We won't here, okay? This was an anonymously submitted question. I don't know whose question it is, and I don't want to know because it's very personal. And I want to protect this person from any further stress, okay? But to whomever did submit this question, we're always here to support you. That's the purpose of this channel. Your family might not be supportive at all, clearly quite to the contrary. But you know you can come here if you ever need a confidence boost or support. That's why we're here. That's why we get together every so often. Okay? We're in your corner. We're in your corner. You can do this. You can achieve your goals. You will survive this situation. You can absolutely do it. It's not forever. Hell, it's not forever because, we all die someday, so all these hateful people won't be there forever, I promise. But I don't want you to leave us early because these hateful people make you feel like you should. And that is my biggest concern. You always have a place here. I understand that the abuse is coming from your family, but in your case especially, your chosen family is your family. The people you choose to have in your life, the people that make you happy, they're your family. And it's okay to lean on them. Okay? Just because your blood relations are your blood relations doesn't mean that they're your family. Yeah, like you said that you have best friends, and I'm sure they know what you're going through. Okay? But you can survive this. You will. And we're here. Okay? So I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to give up, and I don't want you to feel like you're lesser in any respect because you're not. And just because these so-called Christians can't see your value doesn't mean that you don't have value. You have value. You are worth it. Okay? And I think that's important. But first concerns are a job. Don't give up on that. Figure out what you need to get a job. If it's a GED, go for it. Whatever it is. But don't give up on getting a job because that's going to be the first step towards leaving, towards independence. And your other concern is your health journey, which is your physical and mental health are tied together. Okay? But we are here if you ever feel like you need a confidence boost or a push or just support. That's what I'm here for, okay? I believe in you. I believe in you, and I believe that you deserve to be happy. So don't give up. Okay? Sorry, I know we opened with a really heavy one, but it's very important. It was important to me, so. Yeah, if nothing else, live and get better out of spite, out of pure spite. That's why I'm still here. You're welcome. We're always here, okay? If you need reminders that you're worth it and that you're fully capable, we're here, okay?